G'day everyone and welcome back to Headlight Restoration Perth, let's continue on this little journey. With this one here, I have come across around a 2005 Hyundai Tucson. This actually belongs to an older gentleman who works at a car yard. So as you can see there, I ended up buying myself some safety glasses. It's got like a gasket, like a bit of foam that goes just on the inside of the glass lenses and all that sort of stuff, just because of the plastic dust. And I found that by doing that dry sanding, the dust that does come off it, sometimes with the wind or the breeze that might be going around, it can irritate you. So I thought I'd just go down to a tool shop and get myself some safety glasses, and they work a treat. So no dust, nothing gets in your eyes when you got them on. So definitely worth the money. So I did start with a 600 grit on this, I believe, because it was like oxidizing quite a bit, but I reckon that I could have gone through with about 2 or 3 600s, before I'd have to worry about going to a stronger grit. So I thought I'd just start at the 600 and see how we went. So with this job, this is actually a freebie, because you always do more than what you get paid for. And in regards to this, like the guy that owns it, he's just the guy that works part-time at a used car yard, and he's sort of like at retirement age or beyond retirement age, so he only goes in there every couple of weeks and everything. So I told him, like, maybe I'll come and do your car, and if you like what I do, then we should talk after that. But I'm more than happy to go down and show you what I can do, rather than take a chance. This way, no harm, no foul. So I went down there, and it's probably a car yard. It's probably only got about 20 cars, but all of them are used. All of them are on the cheaper side. So the ones that are too cheap, obviously you don't bother with them, because they're just trying to get what they can anyway. They're not going to spend any more than they have to. So, but they did have a few that were good subjects for this operation. So I thought, yeah, no worries, I'll do it right now. So just cracked on. People come out and wondering what the noise was and everything. So met a few people who work at the car yard, and when you see people walking around, you do what you can. So I actually spoke to a couple, went and got one of the salesmen, helped them out. So it's just to show you that you're more than what you are selling as a business. You do what you can to help them when you can. It costs no extra, and they appreciate the heads up. So hit another 600 grit here, I'd say. But even so, the light didn't look terrible. I think part of it was it was an old coating, but I think someone might have used a form of 2K, because it did have some clear spots, but it wasn't just falling off like you would like. So had to break through that a bit to get to the plastic through the oxidization. Using the old handy old little blower there, definitely worth the money that you spend on all these little utensils, because like I say, I just started with a $50 bag of sandpaper, and I think it was like a Rust-Oleum, just a generic clear coat that was supposed to have had some UV properties and yellowing preventatives, and it said that you could use it on plastic. It wasn't designed for headlights, but so, and I was only using that product while I was teaching myself, and it was only on my own vehicle that I used it. So by the time I actually got my first customer, I had ordered and received that Maguire's Keep Clear, the headlight clear, which is like a phenomenal product, to be honest. Like, not that I've had the opportunity to work with many. That was only the second one. So, but yeah. So I feel pretty fortunate, to be honest, because like a lot of people have gone through the hard yards and worked out what works and what doesn't for me. I learnt off YouTube. Basically, my biggest influence was the Headlight Restoration Pro, like just the way he done things. So if you look at any of his and look at what I'm doing, you can see that I learnt heavily from him. But and I'm glad. Success leaves clues. So if you see something that I'm doing that you're not, use it, own it, it's yours. Take ownership of it. Don't think that you borrowed it from me or anyone else, because I'm sure even the guy that I got it from would have been getting taught or seen stuff from other players. I'm sure he didn't do everything himself. So so if you do see anything that I'm using, own it, it's yours, and then it's just a part of the way you do it. And like with this little handpiece, again, it's just to get rid of the swirling marks that the drill makes because of the 3-inch discs. So this usually happens after the 800 on the drill, and I believe I might have even gone to a 1200 doing this as well later on in the process. But yeah, I would start with a 4 if it needed, 6, then an 8, and then from that 8 process I would go to this handpiece where you would definitely utilize that just to do the verticals or the horizontals, and smooth areas off, get rid of all those swirls that you can physically see until you get a better idea of what you're dealing with. So from that, you go to, I go to a Trizac, a 3000 grit 3M Trizac sanding pad, which is super soft, and it is really mildly abrasive, but it's more designed to get rid of those finer scratches and just to give you that nice prep area for the polishing, and just so you can visually see all that the work that you've been doing, what it's been happening to the plastic. So it's all about that prep. So proper preparation promotes perfect presentation. So once you finished with that Trizac, you get a window cleaner, any kind, but as long as it's actually designed for the windows, give it a really good coat and let the gravity pull all the contaminants or whatever might be on the plastic down with the fluid. Give it a good wipe off with a clean microfiber towel there, and then from there you really can start feeling the texture of the plastic, because if at the beginning, if you were to feel this, it'd be like running over your fingers over sandpaper in the first place. But when you're at this stage, you'll feel that it is a lot a lot smoother. I even got myself the 3M Finesse It polishing pad, and I did use a brand new product that I got with it as well, which was the Chemical Guy Headlight Restorer. So this is the first time I'm using that. As you can see, just giving it a crack. The consistency of this stuff is like twice as thick as the Maguire Plastics that I normally use. Have to put a bit more on for the first time, you know, to get a bit of a soak in on the pad, and I'll give it a bit of a dab around just to penetrate into that plastic. And what I noticed more rapidly using this product is it really did start to absorb into the plastic, you know. So, and no doubt it is because it had more of an oil base to it, where obviously plastics are made out of different kinds of oils and the processes and everything. So it did go with it really well. So from there, just using the little 12-volt polisher that I ended up getting as well. 100%. If you don't have one of these little hand polishers, when like I didn't either, and then I got a couple of customers, and all the stuff that I've got now is just purchased through the money that I've earned from my customers. So, you know, once you get a couple of customers, then you can buy some different products. So I got a customer and got the polishers, you know, the plastics, and then I got another one. So I bought this other Chemical Guy one. Got a couple more customers. You buy a polisher, you know, and you just build up, and you let the business build itself. You don't you try and do it on a shoestring yourself. You know, my only out-of-pocket cost at the beginning was like the $50 worth of product and a bit of fuel money, but and then you just learn as much as you can and hit the road. And once you start getting your customers, you can start building your own supplies and the products. By that time, you'd have a bit better idea going over from reviews and everything that you might have seen on Facebook. And if not Facebook, YouTube and all the other ads on social media that you come across. A lot of it's just marketing rubbish, but you know, you do find that repetitive stuff that people, doesn't matter what happens, they always get that result. So that's the product you sort of like take a chance on. And after you do that polishing, that is the actual final stage where you get to take a great look at the lens of the light and look for any blemishes, anything that you don't like. And if that does happen, don't be afraid to go back and hit that with the sandpaper again, because it's a lot easier at this stage rather than finding a blemish after you've done the clear coat. So there was a couple of little spots that did show up that weren't there to the naked eye earlier on. So I just ended up using a 1200 grit and then hitting it again with the 3000 Trizac just to get rid of those little blemishes and all that, and start prepping the cover of the lens again for that polishing process. Yes, just never be afraid to make the mistake, because everything is fixable. You know, that doesn't even matter. Even if you do the click, you know that it can be repaired. So, but it's best to get everything done before that clear process. And then it might take an extra 5 minutes or something, 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes is absolutely worth every bit of it. So whacking a bit more of this Chemical Guys, the Headlight Restorer on there, I really did like that. I actually have now made up a 50-50 mix with the Chemical Guy Headlight Restorer and the Maguire Plastics. So on a video coming soon that I'll go through that process, and we can have a look at the difference and see how beneficial it is to have them mixed opposed to using each one individually in it. So like I say, if you like anything that you're seeing here, own it, take it, it's yours, just, you know, and then like and subscribe for any more of this information. The old pad and the old head come off there because the sharpness, the way when you take your finger off the trigger, it stops suddenly, so it just spun loose and that. But you know, that's the sort of stuff that happens, I guess. But yeah, if you like anything, it's yours. This is your product, your process. Take it. We're all a community there, and I'm more than happy to help. And if you find something that you like that I do, and if I see something that I like that you do, I'm going to take it and I'm going to own it. It's mine. So do the same. We'll build a good community learning from each other. So you can see there, it was a pretty overcast day. So yeah, it was a lot of cloud reflection and everything behind me with the sun. So unless I had a shadow over the light, you had to deal with that. But you know, from different angles, like the angle I would have been looking at would have been seeing it a little differently than what you're seeing here anyway. But even so, you polish it like I went over it with that cloth. It just wasn't as crisp as I like, so I just put a little bit more polish on there just to lubricate that lens. I was going to do a dry rub, but you know, you don't want to burn it, so just chuck a little bit of polish on there just to lubricate that lens, so the heat from that, because that's traveling around 7,000 revs per minute, you know, the RPMs. So yeah, just protect it and get it to the stage where you actually like it, and get ready for doing the single solid clear. It tells you to add two layers, 2 coats or whatever from on the bottle, but not all rules are equal. So just definitely, if you're going to use that product, just do one nice solid coat. It's got a self-leveling properties, everything in it, so just do that, and you'll see the benefits from that, and you're done and dusted. So like I say, like, subscribe if you like anything. If you got any comments, like, I read them all, I'm happy to reply. So but yeah, I was pretty happy with this, and like after I left, he rang 5 minutes later. I went back and I got my first job straight out of it. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing the freebies, because this free job here could get me 10 jobs in the next month. So definitely worth doing it. So if this is something that you're looking at doing, whatever it takes, if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. And there's the end result. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.